to Enigma Esoteric. In today's reading, we are doing what's called Spirit's Choice. This is a personal reading that I offer on my website, and it's a good reading for when somebody feels like they need to know something, or they want to ask a question, but they're just not sure what it is, but they feel this kind of nagging feeling that there's something they should know. So what it entails is I have different decks of questions, and I will pull intuitively and ask Spirit, what does this person need to know? Or in this case, what does, group 1, group 2, group 3 need to know? So Spirit will ask the question and will also answer the question. So it's kind of a good, I feel like I need to know something, I need a reading, but I'm not sure. I can't pinpoint what it is exactly that I need to know or ask. So we have 3 groups here. We have group 1 is this kunzite. Group 2 is this fairy stone. And group 3 is this amethyst. So go ahead, take a nice deep breath. Don't overthink it. Just go to whichever group you feel drawn to, and I will see you over in your reading. Okay, hello, welcome to your reading, group 1. You guys chose the kunzite, beautiful stone. So we are doing a Spirit's Choice reading, and this is where Spirit comes up with the question and the answer. So, yes, you guys ended up getting 2 cards. I had only wanted 1, and when I shuffled them and they came out, they fit so perfectly, I decided to keep them. So you have what will soon be ending and what will soon be entering my life. So, interesting. Put those there. So what will soon be ending and what will be entering. All right. So let's start off here. Spirit, what will soon be ending in group 1's? What does group 1 need to know? So we have the 7 of Pentacles. We have Awakening. What will soon be ending? What do they need to know? Let me put these down here. Okay. 7 of Pentacles, Awakening, Judgment, and the 8 of Cups. Okay, let's get a little more. What else will be ending? I'm hearing like the ending of a mourning period or a grieving period. This could be literal. Perhaps you've experienced a loss recently or in the near past that has kind of taken a lot out of you. It's caused a lot of reflection, a lot of needing to be patient with yourself as you move through the grieving process. This could be for a person, a pet, a loss of a relationship, something that you really had your heart set on that didn't come to fruition. And I feel like you are going to be stepping out of that mourning period, that grieving period for whatever this was. So it has required, I feel like it's taken a bit of time and you've had a lot to process emotionally, but an awakening is coming. You are going to be feeling yourself again. You're going to be feeling complete, feeling whole. I'm really drawn to these rainbow colors here, like you're coming into alignment with yourself where you maybe felt like you had pieces missing. Yeah. So that's coming to an end. We could also say that's what will be entering your life, is this resurgence. We have glamour. So what else? What will soon be ending? I'm also hearing with this card escapism. So whatever this loss, this disappointment that pushed you into this grieving period, this mourning period, perhaps you used a little bit of escapism to cope with it. This could be through using, different maybe spirits, kind of drinking, some sort of escapism. It can also be, I guess I should say substances, or it could be maybe kind of being lost in your imagination, replaying scenarios of how you wish something would have gone, or there's just something about escapism that I'm getting that's coming to a close. So it's also, as you're wrapping up this mourning period, this grieving period, you're stepping more into an energy of acceptance. Okay, this happened, this loss occurred. And yeah, as I'm doing that, I'm holding confidence. You're kind of taking off the blinders and really, I'm hearing rectifying what occurred. It's like I'm seeing gears kind of shifting, and it's like it ties into this like chakra alignment. I wish I could put into words what I'm seeing. But anyways, to sum it up, you're stepping back into reality, away from this ethereal world that you maybe had to be in while you coped with this loss. Anything else about what's ending? We have opportunity here. I am always ready to take advantage of the opportunities I see. Yeah, and I'm drawn to, she has her eyes closed. It's like you're opening your eyes here. Like I said, we also have focus at the bottom of the deck. You're coming out of this daze and stepping back into life, kind of handling business. Maybe you've put things on hold. You just haven't had any energy to pursue different opportunities. There's something that you wanted to shift in your life, and you haven't had the gusto to do it, as you've been dealing with something very heavy here. But you're going to be stepping, like I said, you're going to be stepping out of that. We have, flu, reflection. Yeah. Yeah, it's like Spirit saying, you've done enough reflection here. You've sat with the shadows, you've sat with the grief long enough, and now it's time to step out of it and come back. Because you have more life waiting for you. You have more to look forward to. Anything else about what will soon be ending? Ascension. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, we've got the wings here, the hand. The hand makes me think of like grasping for an opportunity. So for some of you, you may feel that something has passed you by, I'm hearing. Perhaps something came along, and like I said, you just didn't have the oomph, the gusto to pursue it, and you may feel that it was blocked. I just keep hearing, it was a perfect opportunity. It passed me by. I couldn't take it. I couldn't accept it at that point. So I feel like something will be coming around again. You're no longer going to be blocked. You're going to be freed from all of this heavy energy that you've been in. Beautiful. So now, let's see what will be entering your life. I kind of touched on that. I want to see. I have to shuffle. So with that said, Spirit, what will be entering through one's life? Okay, we've got health. Yeah, I feel like you're in a better frame of mind, mentally, emotionally, physically. I feel like this may have taken a physical toll on you. Spiritually, I feel like a lot of you will be seeking alternative medicine, homeopathic remedies, studying up on those. Some of you may even have the calling to pursue homeopathic medicine as a practitioner. You may be learning Reiki, learning more about the chakras to align them to help the collective. Some of you may decide to pursue some sort of mental health counselor training. I feel like for some of you, there could have been a turning point with this heavy energy that you've been in, and it's perhaps caused you to have an epiphany to pursue something to better your own health, right? Encompassing physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. And there may be kind of a calling to help others and to kind of invest in yourself and learn more about different healing modalities so you can perhaps share those formally or informally with people in your life or developing a business and clients. And we have harvest. Yeah, that ties in with that opportunity that I was getting. So I feel the need to say you didn't miss out on anything. If you feel that something has passed you by, it hasn't. You have much more to reap, much more goodness that is going to be coming into your life. Many other opportunities, meeting new people. I'm hearing harvesting your wisdom. That's a gift too. What does that mean? So maybe the wisdom and the clarity that you've attained from this whole experience. Again, I feel like you're going to just take it, and it's really helped you with your personal growth. I know it's been difficult, but there's something more you're meant to do with this. You're meant to share it with others of how you got through this. What else? Nine of Voices. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. Got Four of Cups. All right. There may be some stuff that still comes up. And I feel like as you're diving more into this, as you're coming out, there may be kind of, clarity that's needed. As you learn more about, like I said, these healing modalities that are coming through. We have, the Ace of Swords here. There may be some stuff coming up that you're still going to have to clear, and that's fine. They're just saying, go ahead and take a break, right? You don't have to do it all at once. It comes in pieces, but there is, with this horse here, there is something coming in. There is some quick opportunity that wants to be presented to you. Yeah, I just keep getting like you're going to be very healing. You're healed and you're healing others. You're kind of a pathfinder. You're going to show others the way. What's entering your life too, they just want to say there's a sense of calm. There's a sense of calm and release that's entering your life. And it's going to allow things to move forward now. So you're not having this like huge albatross or this ball and chain holding you back. You're going to be able to, the cords are being cut and you're going to be able to run free, kind of like this horse. And you can go anywhere. You can do anything. But you will retain the knowledge that you acquired through this whole experience. Hopefully that makes sense. Now, Spirit. So we have attitude, and magnetism. Yeah, I just keep seeing you being like this beacon of light for others. It's like what you've gone through has been so important, and it's given you a fresh perspective of life, I feel, an appreciation. It's like somebody coming out of a long sleep and seeing the world through fresh eyes. Yeah, this reading feels very abstract to me as I'm sitting with the energy here. Yes, we have power. We've got the wand there. And with magnetism, it's very potent, this energy that you're coming through. And this also reminds me of sage. So this experience, while it's been difficult, this heavy grief, it has also provided you with a huge opportunity for cleansing and healing, much needed, that needed to be done through, you carried something that you have had through many lifetimes, and this catalyst, whatever it was, has really cleansed your soul of grief. Wow. Let's get one last card here. Again, it feels very abstract. They're keeping it very vague. So hopefully you guys will be able to kind of piece it together. And so we have one final card. I am and always will be enough. I feel like you've really learned to lean on yourself as you've been going through this, perhaps dark night of the soul, this grieving period, this mourning period. And like I said, you're emerging a very powerful person now. You guys have a lineage of being healers, being alchemists. You can transmute pain and turn it into something beautiful, turn it into, I'm seeing like a desert and somebody coming in, working their magic and turning it into a lush garden, bearing fruits, you know, just everything that you could possibly need. You guys really have a lot of knowledge about this sort of thing. I'm hearing whatever you've gone through, it's not wasted. So some of you may feel like you've lost time, it was not a wasted experience. You have gained a lot from this. And you've learned more about yourself. Perhaps you've learned more self-reliance. You've learned how strong you are and how much you have to give to the collective and share. Perhaps a life purpose has been revealed to you through this awakening. Wow, very powerful reading for you guys. I'd love to hear in the comments whatever you wanted to share, what's been going on and how you've been able to heal yourself. Definitely share that with the collective. But I will go ahead and leave it here. I hope this reading brought you some clarity and guidance. I do offer personal readings. They're booked through my website. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care. All right, hello, group 2, welcome to your reading. Today we are doing a Spirit's Choice reading where Spirit asks the question and provides the answer of what it is that you need to know. So you guys chose the fairy stone here. And it's interesting that I was drawn to this because as I was putting all of these, picking crystals out, this guy wanted to be chosen. And I thought, really, a stone? But yeah, we'll see if this plays a part in your question and answer. So you have, how can I prepare for my next phase? Okay, so let's dive in here and see what is the next phase that's coming in and how you can prepare for it. Spirit, please tell me more about group 2. What is the next phase and how can we prepare for it? Oop. We have authenticity. romance, creativity, and grace. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more here before we... We have connect to heart. We have underworld. Hopefully you guys can see those. I'm not going to take those, too many. So this feels like the dominant energy here, and we have authenticity. And if you can see, she's removing a mask. I feel like, and we have connect to heart. Some of you may have had to kind of hide yourself or mute yourself, water yourself down in order to fit in. This could go all the way back to, you know, your childhood, where you had to do this just to kind of survive in your family, or whatever your situation was growing up. This could be maybe you work in a job where you have to kind of come to work and be a different person than who you really are. And I feel like it's kind of it's weighing you down. So you're being asked to be loyal to yourself, to be true to yourself, and to be brave, and connect to your heart's authenticity. Yeah, because with the underworld, I do feel a heaviness here. It's like a lot of you are having to really, I just keep seeing somebody like watering down a drink, you know, adding a lot of water and just losing the essence of who they really are. This may have an impact on your romantic life. It may have it may be blocking I'm seeing your sacral chakra, your solar plexus chakra. It's like you want to say something, you want to express yourself, but you're holding yourself back. And what they're saying is, this next phase, you're being asked to take off the mask, to put yourself out there, to say what you have to say. For some of you, I feel like you want to go and sing, like maybe you want to join a choir, or you want to, you have kind of a secret musical talent, and perhaps, you know, you've been afraid to share it. Maybe you had criticism early on in life and somebody kind of just caused you to pull back and, well, I don't want to share my music, my voice. You're being asked to do that. Put yourself out there. Be who you are. Because you're going to be received with grace. People around you are going to really notice your authenticity, and they're going to really appreciate you for it. And it's going to be very inspiring to everyone around you. For those who, I feel like somebody may be in a connection, a romantic connection, and it's not really what you want, but you're kind of settling. I feel like you have to kind of be somebody that you're not in this partnership. And it's really, I'm just getting like a heavy weight here. So you're being asked to lose the mask, you know, lose the weights that are tying you down, you know, free yourself from the shackles and really put yourself out there. You know, if something needs to end, if it's not in alignment with who you truly are, you're asked to make changes. So that may be the next phase, right? Take off the mask. Some of you may even need to kind of connect to your heart space and sit with yourself. You may not really know who you are. You feel like you're wearing a mask and you're putting on a facade out of survival, but you may not really know who you are because you haven't had time to explore that. Maybe you were shut down as a kid and you were told how to act and what to do. And you kind of need to have you're being invited to have a personal renaissance, right? Explore different hobbies. What makes your heart sing? What brings you passion? What kind of connections are you looking for just in general, right? Romantic, friendship. it feels like a time of self-discovery. So how can you prepare for this phase, of losing the mask and stepping into your authenticity? It's an exploration. Get out there and try different hobbies, read different books, meet up with different people, discover who you are. What do you really like? And we can do that at any point in life. It's not, there's never a sense of, oh, it's too late, everybody else knows who they are. No, you can do this at any time. I love it. The Two of Inspiration. See, this person is holding her hand. She's in search. She's got the telescope there. Yeah. Get out there and just discover who you are. Seven of Materials, Seven of Pentacles. Cultivate yourself. See yourself as a garden. Is it overgrown with weeds? Is it time to kind of do a weeding, pull back? What's underneath there? What seeds do we want to plant? Yeah, we have the Seven of Swords here. With the foxes, the duality here. I feel like a lot of you may have had to do this as a means of survival for whatever reason. It feels like it's been a long time to where you may not know who you really are under the mask. You feel like you're playing a part, but it's not really who you are. So you're definitely asked to step into yourself and to get out there and make some discoveries. They're showing me like Christopher Columbus on the ship. Friendship, yes. Connect with others. Maybe join a class, join a group. Talk to people about their hobbies and what they do. You may get some inspiration, empowerment. Yes. You're going to step into a time, you're going to feel very powerful when you do this. And it's going to bring you a lot more than you anticipated. I feel like a lot of you will meet a future partner, a future romantic partner, as you get out there and try different things. And as you embark on this self-discovery, you're going to discover that you have talents that you never even knew you had. Maybe you do embroidery. Maybe you do some sort of a candle class and you discover that you are a whiz when it comes to mixing different fragrances, different scents. You have a whole talent that you never even knew existed. Yeah, we have the Vision here. I'm hearing you've lived for others. It's now time to live for yourself. Yeah. We have Fog. So the fog is going to be lifting and you're going to gain clarity of who you are. So how to do that, and this, again, I keep hearing personal renaissance, is to get out there and engage in self-discovery, whatever that may be for you. And that's going to be different for everyone. So they're not giving me specifics per se. Because again, these readings today are coming through very abstract. It's meant to kind of inspire you and prompt you to think about this. Food for thought. How can you acknowledge what was given? Yeah. I feel like as you move through this, there may be some heavy feelings, some shadows that come up, because you may feel that like you've lost time. I have this talent. If I would have discovered it 20 years ago or 10 years ago, who knows where I could be right now. And there could be some anger coming up as to why you feel like you had to water yourself down, why you had to hide. All sorts of emotions could be coming up, and it's okay. Let them come up, feel them, grieve them, release them. That's the only way you can do it. Don't avoid them. But if it starts feeling really heavy, just put yourself back out there, go sign up for a class, go hit the gym. I'm seeing somebody kind of discovering that maybe they want to become a personal trainer, as an aside. they're passionate about fitness, and it's like, wow, I never knew I had this. I'm a really good coach. I really can motivate people. Pour yourself into others and into yourself, if that makes sense. In other words, if it starts feeling really heavy, don't quit. Get back out there. If you try something and it's not for you, try something else. But keep going on this personal discovery, because that is the next phase for you. And it's going to lead you to something even bigger. And you're going to be very well received. You have talents and gifts that need to be shared, and they are going to be very impactful to the people in the world around you. Wow. Yeah, and as I'm looking at this stone, right, it may seem impossible, it may seem heavy, but there's always a way through. You may have to just kind of shift your perspective, but you will get there. Beautiful energy. Wow. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I hope this reading brought you guys some clarity and some guidance. If you liked it, please give it a like. Please subscribe, and feel free to share in the comments anything that resonated with you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye. All right, hello group 3. Welcome to your reading. You guys chose the amethyst. Today we're looking at Spirit's choice, where Spirit asks the question and provides the answer. So let's see. You guys have, is now a good time to act? So let's get some information here. Is now a good time to act? Spirit, tap me into group 3. Tell me more about this. Justice. Passion. Is now a good time to act? Manifest. If you can see that, the lighting in here. Sorry about that. It's kind of funky today. So you have justice, passion, manifest. I'm hearing justice serves those who serve themselves. I'm not sure. We have growth. We have respect, the bottom of the deck. It's now a good time to act. We have cosmic child. Now a good time to act. Muse of voices. 3 of voices. 3 of swords. Okay. Muse of inspiration. Wands energy. Page. So I'm getting a yes. So whatever this is that you're thinking about, it is a yes. This is a great time to, I'm getting second house energy, which would be money, finances, work, maybe setting up a savings plan, starting to think about retirement, squirreling away for a rainy day. So yes, if this is to do with second house, tangible wealth, maybe you want to make a different career choice. Maybe you want to pursue an area of study. You want to get a certificate, go back to school, get a degree. Definitely a great time to do that. There's going to be a lot of growth attained. You have the universe on your side. And I think you guys are probably getting a lot of intuitive hits. You're seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities that are kind of pointing you in the direction that you know you need to go. Some of you may be questioning whether or not you should make a huge change. Maybe you want to relocate. Maybe you want to do a whole different career change, and pursue something that makes you feel alive, makes you feel passionate. Some of you may want to do some sort of a class, and it's perhaps expensive, but you want to invest in yourself. You're getting a thumbs up from the universe. Yes, now is a good time to act. Take action here. A lot of wands energy, a lot of intellectual astuteness I'm hearing. So if this does require study or research, you're very much primed to do it. Whatever you invest, you will get a return on that investment. Now, I do have to say, with the Three of Swords here, for some of you, I am getting kind of a retribution sense, and I did kind of get it when we got this card here. Some of you may have been wronged. You may have, somebody may have done something that was not kind to you, and you may be kind of motivated to get revenge, because I am feeling like this need for vengeance. If that's the case, then it's a no. And that may be going back to justice serves those who serve themselves. It's not, I'm hearing it's not your job to be karma's messenger, if that makes sense. Whatever was done, whatever was wrong, whoever wronged you, they will get theirs eventually. But how that happens, that's really up to the universe. It's up to spirit. It's not your place to seek revenge or to get back at somebody, because energy is energy. I'm not somebody who believes in structured religion. I don't believe in, the law of three, how they do that. I do believe in just basic energy. It's kinetic. It moves back and forth. What we put out, we'll get back. So, just kind of bear that in mind. I really get that something really painful and devastating happened. This may be somebody ghosting you. This may be somebody kind of acting underhanded, maybe swooped in and took a client or took a promotion that you felt was yours, or credit for something that was yours. And there's kind of a motivation here, like a real anger, I've got to get revenge, or I want to get justice. In that case, no, it's not a good time to act. Just take a breather, kind of center yourself, calm yourself. It's kind of like when you get something, you want to fire off an email to somebody or a text, kind of parking it into the drafts section, letting it mellow for, 24 hours, and then coming back to it. And usually 9 times out of 10, you edit it because it's like, whoa, that was really strong. I'm glad I didn't send it. That would have just opened a can of worms. So just take a breather. Whoever perpetrated this against you, they will get theirs, but it's not up to you to be the hand of justice in that case. So in that case, you're being asked to just kind of pour into yourself, work on your healing, kind of reroute yourself, and figure out a way forward without seeking revenge, if that makes sense. And this will also, by doing that, you'll also attain a lot of personal growth. You're going to see that through this self-control of not reacting, you're going to gain so much more. And talk to your spirit guides. If you're having a hard time with this, talk to your spirit guides, talk to your angels, ask them for their help. They can't intervene unless you ask them, because we are in a free will, Earth is a free will zone. And so if you ask them, they will absolutely help you with healing and finding a way through this without seeking revenge. But for everyone else, where you're wanting to pursue a passion and pursue a change, absolutely, this is a perfect time to act. And I'm hearing, if money is an issue, you're going to get it. Because I keep seeing, like, whatever you invest, you will get a return. How that will happen, it'll be a surprise. But you will have, I'm hearing you will have the means to do what you want to do if money is required, if time is required. You know, how am I going to fit this? I work full time, but I want to do this certification. I have to do this class. It will all sort itself out. But you just have to take that first step. So, yes. Let me pull one more. What else, Derek? Any final thought here? What are you holding on to that you need to let go of? Yeah. So again, for those who have been through the ringer, right? Releasing that anger, channeling it into yourself, into something good doing something good for yourself. For those of you who are seeking personal growth, wanting to make a change, working on your second house, you know, is there something that you need to release in order to take action here? Are you holding on to fear? Are you holding on to thoughts of limitation? You know, like I said, the time and the money will appear. Do you have self-doubt? Kind of working through that as you pursue this. But this, either way, is a huge period of growth for you guys. And you're going to attain a lot of, I'm hearing abundance. Your second house is going to grow. And you're going to attain a lot of soul growth and personal growth and leveling up big time. Wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it here. I hope this reading brought you guys some clarity and some guidance. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, please subscribe. And I'd love to hear anything you'd like to share in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.